I think it's just funny how why don't they try doing like a fucking Allah one, you know? Why don't they go after any other religion? Any other religion? I fucking dare them. They won't do it. They won't fucking do it.
Please stay far away from me. Don't want to save yourself. Say no, farewell.
Welcome to the Quarantine Podcast. I'm Keith, and we're joined with a very special guest again, Charlie Dead. Charlie Dead, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing wonderful, doing wonderful. So, we're just going to get into something real quick that I think you're going to like, and I think the people listening are going to enjoy as well. So, I'm just going to kick that off.
You got your bucket list, your grocery list, your list of things to do. You got a list of all your wishes, that's a wish list, dude. You got your Amazon and Santa Claus and Tooth Fairy too. But I know a list that don't exist, and buddy, so do you. It's the Epstein list, it's a mystery list, but the twist is a myth of a list that we all just missed. Be an optimist, not a pessimist. If you wish to persist, it's probably best you forget that list. Now what were we talking about? I don't remember, but I can sleep a lot better at night. Yeah, life can just go along, knowing there's 10,000 hours of sunshine and flowers and nobody doing a damn thing wrong. Hear no, see no damn Bongino cash. Tell you, well, I wouldn't want to be sweating men with bulging eyes. Now tell me them fellas ain't compromised. Any implicated dude will tell you, anybody on the big list knows just how far the folks in charge will go to keep the status quo. So when the war bell rings, the song that they'll sing is a song that we well know. I-oh. So it's off to war I go. Well, they said they's gonna fix it, but now they're all complicit. They-oh. So it's off to war we go. Send the poor off to war. What else are we for? They-oh.
All right.
They-oh.
Yeah,
Cut it at the last little bit, huh?
Well, no, I just don't know if they're going to copyright me on that shit. We'll see, YouTube. But
I've heard other people playing it. I mean, that's how I heard about it, was through another news source that
we're not
played it.
People.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. No, I love that song. Definitely a banger. I sent it to some friends. I believe I even sent it to you.
No, actually, I sent it the night before. I got it to you on Thursday. And you sent it to me again on Friday.
Who is that guy again? Do you remember his name?
I don't know.
You should.
He looks dirty though.
Well, I think it's something Wells, like all that. I'm gonna look.
I ain't gonna worry about that too much, but I noticed he says Dan Bongino in there. I didn't appreciate that, but
Oh, I'm glad he did. I'm glad he called out him and Cash Patel. They need to be called out.
You know, so there's a chain of custody in the FBI, and you only get information handed down to you from Pam Bondi. So,
okay, but where's that? Is that where the chain of command broke down? Was with Pam Bondi? She had the information, but didn't give it to Dan Bongino or Cash Patel? Because that's kind of the thing. If there's information missing, if somebody's like, oh, I don't know what happened to it, we had it, it's not there. That's why you have a chain of custody. Well, then who had it last? That's what they should be asking. They're not asking that, though. They're just going around telling people that Epstein didn't kill himself, that we're going to release all this video for you to watch, and it's unedited. Nobody goes in or out. When a lot of people go in and out, and there's a minute missing, I'm like, did they even watch the video before they released it and told people, like the Epstein files, when they got all them influencers together? And they're like, this is just phase one. Yeah, phase one. God. I guess phase two then was like, well, there is no files. It was like,
that's funny though. It's like the phase one. They were just all like, okay, here's all these documents. It's like
phase one was the shit that we already knew.
Not only that, but the binders were a lot of that shit was redacted and shit, but you can see the actual files without the redactions.
Yeah.
So it's like a double
so the
fuck
shit that
you.
they got, the shit that they got was even less than what they had already released. Man, it's wild. It really is wild that people are waking up. I don't think that they're gonna buy it too much longer. I really don't.
And like,
and that's
you
why
look
Dan
at-
Bongino's trying to jump ship because, you know, he knows that it's sinking. But
no,
I don't know if he's got an
jumping shit
audience
because
anymore.
he said it was bullshit. And
What
I
was
agree
bullshit?
with
That,
that.
I mean,
whole
he said that-
situation.
well, what's the situation? The situation that he
fuck-
was a part of, where he was like, "Listen, we can't let this go." He'd go on his podcast and talk about it nonstop. Cash Patel,
Yeah, I mean,
he made the circuits.
people get shit wrong.
Yeah, I guess all of us just got it wrong. I guess it was just Epstein. They're right. He did kill himself. There was no clients, no like, you're right. We were just
I
wrong.
love how everybody can talk all that shit and forget about the last fucking 4 years of Biden. And that's just the thing. Like this dude who put out that song, like he don't give a fuck about that shit. I bet that motherfucker is writing songs about transgenderism and shit.
No, he's
And-
not. I said, like I said, you didn't even know
No,
what his
but a
name
lot of
was.
motherfuckers are just gonna be on board to hate and shit. And I'm like, I'm cool with it, but it's all like, are you gonna call out the other bad shit
What do
that
you
happens
mean? Like,
too?
what do you mean on board to hate? Like hate shit? What do you mean they're just going to be on board to hate stuff?
I think people didn't give a fuck about Epstein, but now that Trump botched this handling of this case, now she's like, yeah, fucking Trump really fucked that one up. And it's like, I know you don't really care.
But it's not really liberals that are holding them to account. It's actually more MAGA people. There's a lot of MAGA people that are saying, no, that's very fucked up. That's kind of what we voted you in for. He said he was going to release the JFK files, the MLK files, the Epstein files. He said he was going to release all that stuff. Like, people want justice. Somebody went on Megyn Kelly, I think it was Liz Wheeler, and she was talking about, you know, it's not even just about Epstein. You're right about that, but it's about justice. It's like people want accountability. We were talking about how we might talk about Fauci later. Fauci got away with lying to the public again and again and again. It was all lies. Russiagate was a lie. Covering up Hunter Biden, the Hunter Biden, it was a lie. And there's been no justice for any of it. COVID lockdowns, no justice. Epstein files, it's a form of just another way of the deep state saying, fuck you, we're going to do what we want, you have no power, and you can't stop us. And I am very disappointed in Trump, Bongino, Cash Patel. I am disappointed in Pam Bondi as well, but I don't like how everybody's throwing her under the bus, as if it's all just Pam Bondi.
I do, because she's leading the shit. So yeah, there was something I wanted to, I didn't tell you yesterday, but I was thinking about this and I came to a conclusion why they're hiding all this shit.
No. You just now came to a conclusion? You weren't sure about it before?
No, I mean, you gotta theorize for a while. I know that's dangerous, but you have to think about this for a while and what conclusion do you come to? Because I mean, how many conclusions are there? There's so many, right?
Not really. I mean, I think the basic...
I can name 3 right off the bat. So Trump's implicated in it. That's one. You can say a certain country we're not supposed to name. Issues with that. It could also be it could be an economical thing where certain companies would all be shutting down, boycotted. It would cause economic collapse.
Yeah, exactly. Or it could just be all 3. It could just be all 3. I mean,
so that's not what I came up with, though.
Oh, what did you come up with? You tell us all.
Well, I'm not, like I said, this is my theory. Is I think they have the list, they have all the information. I think
theory.
they're gonna.
I said that's a pretty good theory. I'm agreeing with you so far.
Okay, so they have the list, and they're gonna use that for power to basically blackmail other motherfuckers, and that would be the reason why that, like you said, not a lot of leftists are speaking up about this, because if they know they have the shit, why ain't Oprah calling out some shit? Like, why ain't Whoopi saying shit? You know?
Well, I don't think that these celebrities know anything. I'm sure they know that they've been to the Diddy parties. and all that other sort of stuff. But it's all deep state. Like I said the last
No,
time.
but like anytime the left can bash Trump, they'll do it, but they're not doing it as much now. So
No,
what I
absolutely.
wonder is if I wonder if they have this shit and right now they're just using it as a leverage tool. Like we got whatever the fuck for financial security purposes, and we'll know in a while if that's actually true, because will people stop doing the crazy shit that they're doing? And it would slow the fuck down and everybody would chill out? Or
Wait, what? Now, well, first of all, who do you think has it? When you say they have them and they're using them, are you talking like the left?
Who
you talking
is
the right?
they?
Yeah. Is it
Who is
the
they?
deep state? Is it the juice? Is it the juice people?
No, I think it's
Because when you say they're using against them, they know it's blackmail, so they're using this blackmail. I mean, it hasn't really changed. The theory that you're coming up with is like, oh, they have the list and they're using it as blackmail.
I think the Trump administration has all this info.
I think they do
they're
too.
gonna
I
be
think the
able to use that
FBI
for
does. Yeah.
leverage.
Against who?
Everybody they want to.
Well, then you would be implicating the Trump administration as complicit in covering up pedophilia so they can blackmail people. That's what Jeffrey Epstein is doing. So if that's your theory, then Donald Trump and his, his cabinet and all them aren't any better than Epstein because they're blackmailing people with
Well, no, they're
child
not doing
porn.
they're not doing the violent actions.
Well, no, they're not bringing the people to justice either.
Not yet.
Not yet. Or you think they're going to? I mean, come on.
I
it's
do.
Over. They said,
I
they're
do.
Like, no, listen, they're like, we're not releasing any more information. There's not going to be any more investigations.
No, because it's one of those things you can't just like openly call it out like we're going after these people.
You can't?
They would want to do that behind the scenes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just don't buy it. It sounds like you're starting to have a lot of faith in the government. They're going to do the right thing. Maybe we should. They're here to help.
No,
us.
not at all. That's just what I personally think so far from all the info that I've received. That's my take on it, is they have all the shit and it's going to be some behind the scenes shit, and I don't like it. Obviously, we've been
I'll believe it when they start. Yeah, I'll believe it when they start arresting people. But I think, unfortunately, Trump's compromised. Say what you will. I don't know if he's on there. I don't know if he's not. The excuse that a lot of people are making now is that, oh, well, there's a lot of names on there, and there's a lot of people who are innocent and are going to be connected, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, well, I understand that. Just because somebody was on a plane with somebody or took a photo with somebody, especially since he weaved in and out of these high society circles, you know, chances are he was in a picture or two. But at the same time, what about the victims, right? Like, the victims had names. How come those aren't coming out? Like, again, I understand that everybody deserves due process.
You say that the public's gonna be like, oh, they'll understand that if someone was there, but we're honestly completely innocent, just went there and they got a picture taken. I mean, look at the J6ers. Them motherfuckers walked into the Capitol escorted by the police inside and out, and the motherfuckers got locked up for 4 years. So I don't think we're in the right place to say that motherfuckers will see it for what it is, because I don't think they will.
I would say that's a little bit different. I mean, you having your name on a piece of paper that says, oh, you flew on the Lolita Express from New York to California is a little bit different than they were just out for revenge on that. Like, this was the big government, the deep state, again, cracking down on the everyday man that had the audacity to question them, had the audacity to, you know, go to the White House and go to the Capitol and walk around. You know, when it comes to leftists, they do insurrections all the time. What happened on January 6th was nothing compared to when Black Lives Matter rolled through there, burnt down the church, where, you know, CNN, somebody threw that firebomb thing into CNN. I remember they were recording that. Like, there were protests all across the country. The country burned down, especially cities like Minneapolis. And that, again, holding January 6th people responsible was just the deep state coming after the little people. I'm trusting the everyday American to be able to distinguish who is complicit in Jeffrey Epstein's crime and who isn't. I think that's a lot different than, you know, the government trying to start coming, or like, again, what can I do? I can look at somebody's name and decide that I was going to, okay, well, boycott them or not listen to them anymore. But it's not like I have the power to send them to jail. You know what I mean? But we deserve to know.
Yeah, but
I'm sure there is a lot of
on.
bullshit out there.
I just want to go back. You were talking about the BLM riots, and another theory I want to put out there now, because in 20 years it's going to be true. They were going to say the BLM riots led up to the January 6th riots, and BLM was actually a Republican movement. I just want to go on the record and say that.
No, but I mean, I think I understand what you're saying, but I think it's more going to be like the party switch. Like, you know, the Democrats were the party of the KKK, and the Democrats, you know, wanted to keep slaves. And then when you try to bring that up, when you're like, oh, it was Democrats that started the KKK, they all just, yeah, but the party switched, you know, the party. I think that happened again with Donald Trump. I don't think that most Trump supporters, especially people that are really pissed off, such as myself, about these Epstein files, I don't think that they necessarily switched. I think the parties kind of move back and forth. And I think that's a way of, again, trying to control people, because ultimately both parties are the same. I think if anything, we learned that, especially with these Jeffrey Epstein files. You know, they went after Joe Biden and a lot of people for not releasing classified shit. And now they're doing the exact same thing, you know? Very disappointing. Very disappointing.
I mean, they didn't really go after Joe Biden. He was too, he wasn't cognitive enough to get sentenced for having his classified documents all over the place in the garage.
They would have thought he was a confused old sweet man.
Yeah, and it's like you're running the country and you got like a year left. Like, motherfucker, come on now.
Oh, he's a confused old sweet man. But let's send the FBI out if, you know, Ashley Biden's diary gets out. So, you know, we have to get that diary.
And then lock up the people who have it. So they just rolled in there like, I found this diary, and then basically took it and threw them in jail. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, who does that? Like, I forgot. Again, I understand that as, you know, the daughter of a president, you might have special privilege, like, you know, Secret Service and stuff like that around you. But if you leave your diary behind, you can command the FBI to go get that and arrest people that have it? Could you do that if I had your diary? You know, could you send the FBI or even the police? Get them, boys.
The police wouldn't even go after a fucking computer for me.
Yeah, that's
you know,
true.
like get the fuck out. No, it's fucked up. But I mean, I wonder.
But speaking about that FBI shit again, not to get back to the Epstein shit, but when I talk about what a fucking disappointment Dan Bongino and Cash Patel are, do you remember Cash Patel also said that he was going to start sending the FBI home? He's like, oh, they're all here in Washington, D.C. They're all here, you know. He's like, they want to be cops, send them to cops, send them to different states. Now, from what I hear, they're getting a new building. They're having a new building built for the FBI. I'm like, it's a good thing that big, beautiful bill passed, and they're going to have that money to build it.
Yeah, I'm thankful for that. But there are positives where... I mean, the Epstein shit, Dan Bongino, Cash Patel, Pam Bondi was always kind of a disappointment. She was one of them bitches who wanted to mask up during 2020. But yeah, it's disappointing. We'll see what happens with it, but I don't think that's the end of the story though. Because when they say, oh, it's over, whatever, blah, 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 I don't think so. I don't think people are going to let it go. I'm not going to let it go because, you know, there's too much shit there.
Yeah, but there's going to be something that happens and people will forget about it, just like they did about COVID and the lockdowns and the vaccine mandate.
Every week there's something new. Yeah. Literally every week. You remember the Maui wildfires? Oh
yeah, yeah. Like they got a cool $700 a piece.
That's good money.
Yeah, it is. Well, they got more than what they got in North Carolina. And the Carolinas when they weren't going to people with Trump signs. Oh, was your house destroyed in the hurricane? But your Trump sign survived. We're not going to be able to help you.
Shouldn't have done it. All right, this will lead really good into this next video I got.
Anybody that supports ICE probably would have turned over Anne Frank, too. You guys supported vaccine passports. You fucking cheered when police shut down church services during COVID. You encouraged your neighbors to snitch on people. You guys legit created a fucking hotline to call and snitch on people. They had more than fucking 5 people over for Easter. You suggested that anybody who supports Trump should go to a re-education camp. You backed mask mandates for toddlers. You fucking doxed people for making political donations. You supported FBI surveillance of parents. You applauded arrests of political opponents. You guys are the real schmazzies. And you're fucking domestic terrorists to boot. You guys also made hate speech tip lines to report people who say shit that you don't like. You guys wanted to ban books about American history. We just wanted to ban books that had sexual content for children. And you want to know what? I wouldn't have turned Anne Frank over because she was a legal citizen. Anybody that supports ICE...
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was spitting bars.
Again, I'm really getting tired of the comparison between illegal aliens and Jews. They're like, oh, Alligator Alcatraz is a concentration camp. Oh, why? Because we're killing them? Is that what we're doing? Are we killing them? Are we, where it sounds like it's just a detention until we send them back home, which they can self-deport too. They can leave on their own if they like. So, I don't see how that even comes close to a concentration camp. But again, your Ben Shapiro's of the world are going to tell you, concentration camp. Oh.
Yup. And it's not that bad. I'm just chilling here. Like, it's not that bad. But no, they had their chance to like leave. They were told like, you leave now, you get a flight home, and you actually get some money. You get some money on your way out and stuff. And when you're going to those countries, the money that we give you will buy you a lot of shit. And if you fuck around and you get caught and you go to Alligator Alcatraz, it's all like, well, you fucking should have left. Yeah. That's what it is. It's only your fault. You had every opportunity to get the fuck out and you didn't. And I think with these lefties and shit, I think they think that we're actually fucking feeding people to the alligators.
No, I think so too. Yeah,
it's crazy.
No, exactly. Well, that's what I was kind of touching at when I was talking about the Ben Shapiro's and all them. They're so sensitive to the topic of, Judaism and, what happened to the Jews and the Holocaust and Israel, that I'm surprised they're not, a lot madder that the illegal aliens are being compared to Jews, because what happened to the Jews was awful. I mean, it was awful. What's happening to illegal aliens? I mean, come on, they're being sent back to their home, which liberals should love because America's such a horrible, heinous place. It's one of the worst places in the world. I don't understand why they'd want to come here. So it's actually
gets me though, Bear or Charlie, is that like, who's gonna clean your toilets now? Who's gonna pick your produce?
That's true. I never thought about that.
So you should really think about that. But yeah,
those are some very wise words. Yeah, wise words.
It's crazy though. So they're just running through the street, just acting a fucking fool with their home's flag, running around. But you try to send them back and shit to that flag they're repping, and they freak out, have a meltdown. It's all like, motherfucker, assimilate or get the fuck out. And it's like, at this point, just get the fuck out. Cause
and trust me, I feel like we talked about this last time. I think that citizenship should be a lot easier to attain for people. And I do feel bad for some of the people that came over, because under Joe Biden, they made it sound like, hey, you're welcome. It's free for all. Come on in. We'll set you up in hotels. We'll give you food stamps. So the fact now that it's like, oh, wait a minute, we got to go. It's probably a culture shock for them. But, like we said last show, you got to do it the right way. There's ways to go about doing it. I do think it should be easier. Let's talk about that. But
let's first talk about the benefits that you get for coming over here illegally, especially in the liberal shitholes, is that each illegal gets like fucking up to $5,000 a month, some even more in like New York. $5,000 a month, free hotel, free phone paid for, free health care, and then you also get extra money for your kids and shit. All right, so these motherfuckers are living 3 times better than your average person, at least. So let's just get that out of the way, because if you don't got to go to work and you have a place to stay that's really nice, probably really nice air conditioning in that hotel they're staying at, free food that's probably better food than most motherfuckers have. I mean, you're living a fucking good life and you don't got to pay a goddamn thing. Yeah. So yeah, that's just, no, get them the fuck out. And that's where I'm gonna say on bet. But what were you saying?
Nothing. Just again, I do feel for some of them and their situations, but you know, you got to do it the right way. I'm sorry that Joe Biden made you think that it was a free for all and you just come on in and that it was going to be good to go. But clearly, that's not where we're at as Americans anymore. And again, hey, once we can take care of ourselves and take care of the American citizens, I'm all for letting more people in. And again, I'm all for making, like I said, citizenship easier to attain. But there's just too many people out there that they want
Joe fucked that up.
Yeah, they want to import their culture. And again, as somebody that lives in Minneapolis, lives, in an area that is very Muslim. Like, I mean, look at what they did to the Minnesota state flag. If, your listeners in the audience don't know, they just changed the Minnesota state flag. Go look at that flag compared to, the Somali flag, and again, it just, nobody asked me about this. I don't ever remember somebody that's been, lived in Minnesota for more than 3/4 of their life. Nobody came and asked me if I thought it was a good idea to change the flag. I don't remember voting on it. Certainly didn't get to vote on the design. I mean, I guess that's the same thing with,
Here's the nice little flag.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's it. Do you have the picture of the Somali flag? Yeah. Just so the audience can get an idea of, and again, hey, nothing against, whatever religion you want to follow, but at the same time, we have American flag.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
It's kind of what you get.
Yeah.
But yeah, that shit was silly. And then it's funny, that shit just popped up out of nowhere. Like one day it was just the regular, well, there wasn't even any flags really, because apparently the left thought that was racist. I don't remember why, but it was just really woke.
No, because you're talking like the American flag?
Yeah, there was like a Native American on there.
Oh, yeah.
State. Yeah. And they were talking about racism, and then that's why they had to get rid of the Pocahontas chick off Land O'Lakes butter and whatnot, and Uncle Ben's rice. Yeah, like they just.
I heard some of them are coming back now. I know, it's just so funny, isn't it? How ironic when they're like, "Oh, Uncle Ben's and Aunt Jemima and the Land O'Lakes, that's racist," blah blah. When really all you're doing is taking the people off these packages. You know what I mean? Like, do you not understand how stupid that is? Okay, so.
Yeah, the left doesn't want to celebrate successful black people. They'd rather celebrate people like George Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they do, and that's why it's when everyone says like the Republicans and the Democrats are the same. It's like, no, because liberals are just so much more deceptive with their party, because it's always shit like that. Like if you go back and look, it's like always shit that's going to be bad for people. And I'm not saying Republicans are good by any means, but I don't think I could ever vote for a Democrat again.
No, I don't think I could either. But it depends on the person. I'm starting to think that these are all just, tricky terms. Like everybody has their own definition of what they think a Republican or a Democrat is. Yeah. Liberal, conservative, everybody has their own definition. It's what it is, I guess. I consider myself an independent. I know that that's unpopular. People think that's like kind of undercover, conservative. They use that term independent. I'm like, no, because there's things I agree with on both parties, but ultimately I do think they're a uniparty. Again, if you don't believe it, just go back to what we were talking about earlier with the Jeffrey Epstein stuff. There's people in charge that are always going to hold that power and will not let anybody else, get in. And if they do get in, somebody from the outside, they end up getting corrupted.
Yeah. And I just can't. I can't do it with the left. Just I feel like they're just wrong on basically everything. You know, they always take the 20/80 position.
Again, I don't consider that the left, though. I think that's crazy people. I think because they're so loud and because they're so crazy, they get all the attention. But
Yeah, but
I don't
the
think
left
that's normal.
is in lockstep, though. The left,
The ones
is in
that you
lockstep with
see,
each other.
the ones that you see. But again, I know plenty of leftists that are pro-choice, but they also don't think that you should be able to have an abortion at 8 or 9 months. I also know liberals that are, pro-gay rights, but don't think that you should be transing children and, having men take over women's spaces. I think that the people that think that are just loud. And because they're loud, the politicians think that that's the will of the people. It's not,
Yeah, but I mean, as far
Kind of
as
like Donald Trump, he's probably got a lot of people around him telling him the Epstein files are just, oh, nobody cares about that anymore, when clearly his base does.
No, but I'm just saying, like, look at it. If a Congress person came out there and was like, a leftist came out and was like, I'm against children transitioning, they'd be done for. And that's all I'm saying is, like,
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, have we had a Democrat come out and say that? I know there was one from one state, and he started getting dragged online. But let him get dragged online. But the real thing is going to be, is he voted it back in? There's a lot of people that thought Donald Trump was going to fail, and he was getting dragged online and on the media too, but he ended up winning the popular vote and the electoral college. So sometimes just because people have a loud bark doesn't mean that, that's the way the winds are going to blow.
All right,
I know those were also wise words.
I have another video for you. Try to share this.
The only thing, I just can't be with you when my daughter is playing lacrosse, and if I were to see her get cheated out of her sport like other girls are across Oregon, I can't vote for people that are going to be on that side of that issue. It's not fair to real women.
Personally, I do support trans children. I support the identity they choose, and I think that's a big part of what DEI means, and having representation in classrooms.
What about girls? What about girls that weren't born biological men? What about girls' sport? What about their rights? You talk about DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. That is not inclusive to real biological girls. So what about them? What about girls that are getting, like, you had Leah Rose over at IDB Wells that won the high jump, and the rest of the girls that finished after lost out on that first place opportunity because he has an unfair advantage. I mean, what do you think about, what about girls?
I think actual biological girls, transgender girls, I think they're human, and I trust them. I trust them to do what they need to. So
you think it's fair that, I mean, obviously men are built differently than women, and you think that's fair that a biological man comes in with all these advantages and just smashes women's sports? I mean, you really think that's fair?
I think it's a state mandate. I support all children. And
support trans rights, not girls' rights.
I think I support girls' rights too. I think girls
their sports are being taken over. You have to understand there is a thing of fairness with a biologically born male that has male body parts like Aiden Gallagher in Portland. His quads are literally bigger than mine. He's more muscular than I am. You really think in your heart of hearts that it's fair that he goes into women's sports, biological women's sports, and just clears the field? I don't think that's right.
Right now, it's a state mandate, and I agree with the state mandate.
Who was that? Who was that, Rod? Was it just supposed to be two people talking, or was she looking for some sort of position in office? Because I noticed he said he couldn't support her.
Yeah, it sounds like one of those things, like talking on the street with regular voters or whatever. But that bitch was nutty as fuck.
That's very unfortunate. You could tell that she knew the answer. She just didn't want to say it. She's like, oh, I trust them. I trust them. Okay, well, if you trust them and they're telling you you trust these girls and they're telling you they don't want this man in their locker room. Ugh. I mean, what are you supposed to say? Like, clearly you don't trust them because you're not listening to them. You're not listening to Riley Gaines. You're not listening to these women. I don't get it. And it's a bad look for all gay people. It's a bad look for gay rights. When you start allowing this sort of stuff, it's wild. I don't understand it. I do believe that maybe there are trans kids out there that feel like they're in the wrong body. Does that mean that they need to start taking hormones and doing like, no, sorry. Like, I mean, that's just the way it is. There's just too many instances.
Like, just,
I mean,
let
yeah.
kids be kids until they're 18. Then, you know, I mean, that's the way it was. Like, you can't go out and get a fucking tattoo. You have to wait till you're 18, or
Yeah.
I don't know if it's 21 now, because it's 21 to get fucking cigarettes, which is ridiculous. But either way, 18, then you can do your thing. You know,
Yeah.
that way you're not a burden on the taxpayer. And if you want to have your mutilation sessions and hormones, well, you can do that once you get a job when you're 18. 'Cause
Absolutely, that's just it. A lot of them end up being like a lot of these trans women, if they were just left alone, would be gay guys, you know? That's how a lot of it turns out. That's why it's so important. And then when it comes to the women that, you know, want to be boys or non-binary, a lot of that is just social stuff, you know? It's a lot of these fads come and go. And again, I know that they're
fads.
I did say fads.
Okay. Clarify.
Keeping it family friendly here, right? A lot of these people, they come and go. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. But when you said, like, you think it's crazy that people need to be 21 to buy cigarettes, I agree with that. I think the legal adult age should be 21, except when it comes to cases like murder. Like, if you're out there gang banging and you're just, you know, raping and murdering people at 17, 18, 19, you know better. But everybody knows this is the brain doesn't fully develop until like age 25. A little bit earlier for some women, a little bit older for some guys. But again, I remember when I was 18, 19, 20, I still did stupid shit. I think that just because the law says that you're 18 and that makes you grown, I don't think maturely, you know, you are. Like, I couldn't see myself going up and trying to find a relationship or get with somebody seriously that's 19, 20, 21. Because this is somebody that's older. You're not the same person. You have different values, different beliefs, different, you know, you're focused on different things in that area of your life. You know, I think that you should be 21 to smoke, to drink, to buy a gun. Yeah, I think the legal adult age should be 21.
You think it's 21 plus for tobacco?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Is it? Why?
I could see for weed or liquor, but as far as cigarettes, it doesn't really fuck you up.
It's not so much the tobacco, it's the tar and all the other crap that goes into making cigarettes.
But you can't be like, you have to wait till you're 21 to go get fucking a Big Mac, you know?
No, that's true. That's very true. But at the same time, when you're younger, you're able to metabolize a lot of that stuff off faster. It doesn't do as much damage to you when you're young as it does when you're older. Granted, I'm not trying to make excuses for McDonald's or Big Macs or a lot of these fast food places, but it's hard to get good food anywhere.
Why are you defending McDonald's?
Yeah.
Why are you defending the fast food industries? No, I don't agree with the cigarettes, but like, obviously alcohol or whatever, I don't care. Just because it's funny, because it'd be like, I know motherfuckers who are 19 and they're like, yo, can you grab me some cigs? I'm like, grab your own fucking cigs. It's like, dude, I don't got I can't legally do that. And I'm like, holy shit, you can't buy cigarettes. That's funny.
Okay, but
yeah.
Why? Okay, so if you don't think that cigarettes are that bad, then why should they even have to wait till they're 18 to buy them? Why not 16?
Well, like I said, it doesn't fuck you up like weed or liquor does. It's like,
okay, so then why not buy them at 16? They can drive at 16. Maybe they can get behind the wheel, have a smoke.
No, because I think you're an adult when you're 18. There's certain things you get to do when you're 18 that you can't normally do. You can go to strip clubs. You can do a lot of shit. But
so you don't think that again?
Cigarettes.
So again, though, like, so it's a privilege to be an adult. Is what you're saying? Like, oh, like, you know, you have to be an adult to do some things. I just don't think that you're an adult until you're 21. Like, if some 19-year-old came up and was trying to talk politics with me, he's like, I'm an adult, I know what's going on, I would laugh. I'm like, no, you're like 19. You're still you're literally a teenager still. I mean, again, just my opinion. I don't think, you know, the legal adult age is going to change to 21 at any time soon, but I would be in favor of doing it. again, people are still way too mature and do a lot of dumb shit at 18, 19, 20. Again, smoking cigarettes is one of them.
Says who?
Yeah, says the adult.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't really care about that. Smoking cigarettes, but you know, that's what you get with Minnesota. A lot of bullshit. I don't think that's a country. Is that across the country?
I'm honestly not sure. Again, I don't smoke, so yeah. I think it might just be Minnesota. I think you can still get cigarettes in Vegas and stuff for 18, but I don't know.
All right.
Gambling too. You can't gamble until you're 21, can you?
I think you can.
Really, like the casino and stuff?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. You can Google it if you'd like, because I honestly don't know, but I'm pretty sure you'd have to be 18. Did you get an answer on that?
In Minnesota, you have to be 18, but there are states where you have to be 21, and then in Vegas, you do have to be 21 years or older to gamble in Vegas. To do anything in Vegas, to go into the casinos at all. I do kind of remember this now because I remember when I went to Vegas when I was 18, there's very little we could do. So.
All right, I'm gonna show this one real quick.
I'm so excited that in August you're going to be playing Jesus.
That's right.
In Jesus Christ. At the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah.
At the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah.
First woman to play Jesus in a major production, long overdue. I've said for years I'd love to see a woman in that part. And what does that mean to you?
It just means a lot to me. I think the idea that I can play this role, and I've been given the opportunity to play it in front of so many people at that place, this time of my life, is really special.
I'm so excited that in August you're going to be playing Jesus.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that, honestly, because I know when I was wanting to become an actor, I always wanted to play Tupac, and I think that should be possible. Like, play Tupac, maybe Malcolm X. You know, he's a character that I've always wanted to portray on
You know who
film.
I always wanted to play? Allah.
Oh, yes. You know, if only.
Could you see it? You see it?
I could. You look just like him.
I do. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I can make this happen.
You can be Allah. And
we're so fucking canceled for this.
You're more than canceled for being Allah. You're going to be shot up. Suicide bomb.
I think I'd be beheaded.
Yeah. Probably. They'd either do that with me or throw me off the roof, whatevs, you know.
Have a nice trip. See you next fall.
Yeah, no shit.
That's funny as fuck, though. Like, how is it you can just mock Christianity that bad, but you say
What was the play
else?
that they said she was doing? Was it Jesus Christ Superstar? Or, like, what was she actually... She was cast as Jesus in what? Like, what, like, was it...
A black queer actress is set to play Jesus in a Hollywood Bowl production of Jesus Christ Superstar this summer.
Yeah, see, Jesus Christ Superstar is always... It's kind of a little bit nutty as is, from my understanding. It's not even that I care that much. Like, I don't necessarily think they do it as a mockery of Christians. I think the real issue behind it is they just hate white people and they want to eliminate white people from all spaces, whether that's, you know, film, television. I mean, you're smiling, but that's just what it is. I mean,
no, I feel you. Yep, exactly. But no, I find it just, I don't really give a fuck about that because, you know, there's a lot of white liberals.
No, I don't give a fuck about white people either, really. But
but like, I think it's just funny how why don't they try doing like a fucking Allah one, you know? Why don't they go after any other religion? Any other religion? I fucking dare them. They won't do it. They won't fucking do it. And that's why it's funny to me, is because you
I
can
just
say
don't
whatever you want about Christians and everybody will be like, Christians, ooh. But then when it comes to like actual people ripping on Christians, it's like calling Trump a king. If Trump was a king, then he wouldn't have let you do your little fucking protests and burning shit down. He would have had you fucking taken out. So it's the same old shit. Like, fuck off. It's so annoying.
How do you think they would react if they did a religious movie where Trump was Jesus, cast Trump as Jesus? Could you imagine? I mean, their diapers would start to fill up real quick. There'd be people outside with cardboard protest signs and.
All right, I got another funny video. I'm gonna play this before I get beheaded for my previous comments, but this one I thought was pretty dope. Well, not dope, but yeah, you'll see.
Okay.
Just stay away.
Okay.
You never tell me to shut up.
Even that.
Whoa. I have a
Oh, my
question for you. Am I able to make a report?
For what?
What? I just had an old guy flap his dick at me while there's kids showing around. I have the clip. I can show you it.
Unfortunately, that's a violation, so it's only a summons, but I didn't see it, so.
I can show you it. I have proof.
Yeah, nah.
I have a 4K video, 1080p.
Nah.
We're going in circles.
Yeah, very busy. We're doing what? Standing here?
Yep.
Like I said, I can show you the clip. Do you want to see it?
No.
Sir, you should be taking my report. You shouldn't be sitting here saying that you can't.
Back to blue though.
Where'd you go to law school, man?
I should go to law school?
Yeah, where'd you go to law school?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, he's gonna make $20. So you go $20?
They will beat the fuck out of you.
That person looks like they came straight out of a horror movie.
What's that?
I said that person, or I shouldn't even say that, carbon-based life form, as Mark Dice would say, looks like they came straight out of a horror movie.
God damn.
Oh.
The Trans Chainsaw Massacre.
Well, I mean, the Chainsaw Massacre kind of in a way wasn't he always wearing other people's skins? He liked them women faces. The old lady face.
Oh, holy. God damn, I got another funny one. There wasn't nothing funny about that. It's fucked up, though. It just shows that cops don't give a fuck. Yeah.
Is it that they don't give a fuck, or that there's nothing they can do? I mean, what if he seriously took a report? I mean, then what? It's paperwork, and like, would he even be arrested for it? I mean,
You would think so.
You would hope so, but it's not. I mean, again, it's New York. They're not arresting people for that. And doing what? Their prisons are so overcrowded. They're, it's, again, they got bigger fish to fry. And it's like here, right? We have Mary Moriarty. People, there's no accountability here. What's the point of even trying to arrest somebody?
Well, I mean, if they have jobs, they're worth arresting, because that's money into the system. But if they're low-lives pieces of shit who don't have jobs, then they're not going to bother arresting them, because they have no money to give, and they just let them out. So they'll save.
Well, they're not going to have money to give if they get arrested anyways. They'll probably lose their job. That's why a lot of people that get arrested don't have to worry about losing their job, because they don't have them to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so nothing will happen to him. But I don't know. I thought that was.
Well, that's my whole point. I think that's why the cop didn't do anything. But it is ridiculous. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the cops either. I mean, they're just the military arm of the state. Like, I get that we need them, and I'm not going to go out there and say we need to defund the police. But when it came to COVID, who was enforcing the COVID rules?
No, I don't think we need cops. I think we need strong Second Amendment
laws.
rights.
Yeah, self-defense laws. Yeah.
And I think that'd be a lot better for society. I think it'd be crazy at first, and I think a lot of shit would happen, but I think it would cool off. But I think that would get rid of a lot of because I truly think that over half the people in this world in the United States are good people. And
yeah, so do I.
Yeah, so I mean, just that extra 1% to know if someone's fucking around. I believe that there's more good people with guns than bad people with guns, and I think that would stop a lot of the shit that we're seeing. But I did want to bring this one up though, because this shit is wild as fuck. Like, Guess the gender we're gonna call this one.
No.
Oh yeah.
You have to guess. It's never a good thing.
And what do you think about when you hear the word straight white man?
Well, you know, generally I think, oh no, watch out, help.
What do you think when you hear straight black man?
I think more power to you, baby. I'm sorry you've had to suffer the way that straight white America has kept you down for so long. And what we, white people, are starting to feel now with our trauma is probably nothing compared to what black men and black women have had to suffer in this country for centuries.
Yeah, every day black people are just like really struggling, I feel like.
They've been feeling the fear that we've been, that we're all starting to fear right now, going out in the streets, you could get shot. I mean, for some people, this is not new.
Yeah, definitely. It's really scary. You think we're on the verge of Germany?
Well, I do.
Yeah.
And I'm a genderqueer person, and are they going to be not letting me go into one bathroom or the other when I try to get my passport renewed? Or are they going to say, it says female? Well, I am female, so it all.
Yeah.
Burn it down, baby.
Yeah.
Fight back, resist. Well, now you're going deep.
What is that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would say right now a woman is someone that wants to call themselves a woman.
Okay. But what is that? Like, what are they calling themselves?
I think you'd have to ask each one of them that.
Yeah.
For me, I feel very happily situated in that particular category. And that's actually what I was born and how I raised, and I came up in radical feminism that sort of taught me that I could be whoever I wanted in this category. So I'm happy to be someone that's in it and expanding it. But whoever wants it can have it.
Well, you heard her. Whoever wants it can have it. Yeah.
Like, I truly think it was a chick.
It was. That's what she said.
Oh.
She's like, I was born a female. Yeah, no, but like,
what a trip.
Tell me about it. Everything she said was just absolute batshit. I mean, but at the same time, wow, what entertainment. How do these people get through life? You know what I mean? Like, it really makes me wonder, like, does she have a job? How does she support herself?
Fuck no.
Well, how do you support yourself then? Like, do you have friends? What do you guys talk about? I don't understand some of these people. It's a bit unnerving. And again, listen, to each their own. God bless you. I'm all about doing your own thing. But that's just a bit nutty. Like, again, there's reasons we have categories for things like male and female. There's a reason for that. It's just, if you want it, you can have it. Like, what does that even mean?
I don't know.
So does that mean I could be a black person? And then finally, I don't have to deal with anti-white racism anymore? Yeah, no.
No, it's
oh,
true,
Mary,
though.
that's ridiculous. Charlie, I'm Charlie here, aren't I? Who am I here?
You're Charlie. I think you're Charlie. See Charlie?
Listen,
Yes.
I can. Yeah, exactly. If I want it, I can be it.
Yep. How about that? All right. What other nutty shit do we got? Like, that was just so crazy, though. Like,
The sad thing, it's really not anymore. It's just nothing's crazy anymore.
the Confederates lost in 1865, but it didn't disappear. It rebranded. Now it calls itself MAGA. All right. So this had a shit ton of comments, and I'm gonna go through some of these comments. Let's see what we got. Oh, some people are actually calling them out. Hold up. All right. Oh, it's not gonna. Oh, there it goes. Why didn't it let me scroll down? There we go. Damn, that's crazy.
What, are most of the comments calling them out?
Yeah, I was like, because I remember when I first checked the post, it was just like all 100% Democrats were going on it, but it's got 10,861 likes, and Holy shit. Well, I guess we're not going to be talking about that because that shit got ratioed like a motherfucker.
As it should. As it
Yeah.
should.
Oh, this was another one. This is one that had 9,187 likes. And it says, the alleged sniper who ambushed firefighters in Idaho, killing 2 and wounding a 3rd, has been identified as Wes Rowley. And unsurprisingly, here are his parents. His parents both wearing those MAGA hats.
Just like a Confederate.
Okay, what do we got? Aileen Front, lily white, straight Trump supporters, not immigrants or brown skinned. But this is not in the news. Why? Spark JB. All right. Someone's like clearly a leftist liberal. Great job, parents. I bet you are very proud of them. That was Manny Hernandez. Ice, ice, baby. Dun, 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 dun.
And I'm sure all these people were also attacking the parents of the trans shooter, right? Like that trans shooter that shot up that school, that
Nashville?
Christian school in Nashville. Yeah, where they did they show pictures of that like person's parents?
No.
No.
That would have been homophobic or genderphobic. Oh, that's what it is. Yeah. Because yeah, she was a transsexual or some shit like that.
She was like a tranny.
We got KMC.
She was a
Dougal.
girl, but she thought she was a boy.
She a boy. We got KMC Dougal says, "Wow, what a shocking surprise! Right-wing shooter from a right-wing family of MAGA supporters." Oh, that's her truth. That is
I
her
guess, yeah.
truth.
Oh yeah.
Wow, Democrats have learned absolutely nothing new since November. This is commie propaganda. He was a Democrat. Hate is a requirement to be MAGA. It is a requirement to be MAGA. You gotta hate. Sad that people are so hateful. They teach their child to be that way. Sick.
No,
They disowned him
definitely
prior to
wasn't
the shooting, maybe
school
because
or-
of his radical ideas. Says, not a slow. What'd you say?
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, it's definitely all his parents, and definitely wasn't the school radicalizing him or the internet or, Reddit or any of these, YouTube.
It's funny you said that, like the school shit. Like it says, as soon as you said that, I read another kid ruined by the liberal school system. It's true though. Like that's true. They're the one indoctrinating them with all these nutty ideas.
No. It's so strange that they'll hate on people like this, but then praise Luigi Mangione and, yeah, I
Ain't it,
don't
though?
get it. Yeah.
Because
Because in their mind, the CEO that was murdered, that was justified. See, that's part of the thing with the left is they get to be judge, jury, and executioner. They'll decide if it's justified or not. Luigi Mangione, good. This guy, bad. The trans shooter was a Christian school, good. I mean, I'm not even going to go that far. I'm not going to say that liberals think that's good, but they're certainly not going to talk about it. They're not going to go after the parents like they did with this kid.
They want to shut that story down because it's against their narrative. Because remember, all trans people, all gay people, all black people, all illegals, all Asians, all Jewish, all Palestinian people have a shield.
Yeah,
They got that shield. It's the liberal shield. And take it with a grain of salt, but they really swept that shit under the rug. And what was it? Steven Crowder finally broke the manifesto of that shit because it's but they would, if that was a right-wing person, they would have that shit within 4 hours. They would have that shit, and it'd be all throughout CNN, MSNBC, any leftist bullshit.
Well, it makes you wonder too when you talk about the owners, like when I keep referencing the people in charge as our owners, you would think that this being in Nashville, that would have came out sooner. Like, why didn't they release it? Like, Tennessee's supposedly a red state. It's one of the reddest.
Blue now?
Well, all cities are. every city. But I mean, at the
There
same
you go.
time, the whole state is red. The governor, they got Marsha Blackburn there, the senators. You think that these people would be piling on the pressure, but the fact that they were still able to suppress it for so long.
Well, I mean, Minnesota's technically red as fuck, but not in the city.
But it's a city, yeah. But that's just it. The city, the rural area in Minnesota, there's just, because it is so unpopulated, there's not as many people out there than there is clustered in, Minneapolis and St. Paul and Duluth. That's why we always get blue governors for the most part, because, that's where the cluster.
Yeah, so, well, we'll stop it there. Thank you all for joining me, and Charlie Dead as well.
It's good to be here.
Was it though? Was it really?
Yeah, there was some
Of
hiccups
course it
this
was.
one, but I mean, at the same time, it's all a learning experience, right? I'm learning, unlike some of these liberals out there.
Yep. So make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you leave a comment. Let us know where you're from. And until next time, peace, love, prayers.
Peace.